So when it comes to Age of the Primes, we've already done the Wave 3 Deluxes, which I think are the last ones for the year. We've already done the Wave 2 Leader, being Onyx, which I think is the last for the year. We might as well round it out with the Voyagers, and they include, first and foremost, Flatline. He's going to be our focus in the latest GotBot True review. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton, let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Now, this is a reuse of the Armada Red Alert, and when I reviewed that one, courtesy of our buddy Daryl, I said then that in lore, according to Mark Marr, it was actually Flatline in disguise, thanks to Knockout. And when I saw an actual proper Flatline being done, I said, I don't know this character because I'm not into the comic books or anything like that. But I saw that it was a Decepticon doctor, and I've always said, the only medical care that my Decepticon forces have is the medic Knockout. Arguably, Shockwave can do some work, but he's more scientist, a mad scientist at that, than Doctor. This guy is like the Decepticon counterpart of Ratchet. And much like Ratchet, just as Ratchet will be a doctor to any bot, because he's a doctor first, the same goes for Flatline. Which means he's not necessarily the most effective Decepticon, but he is a Decepticon nevertheless. I think he does betray them later on, or changes sides or something like that. Nevertheless, this is going to be my Decepticon doctor. Not sure I want to go to a doctor whose name is Flatline. That doesn't sound like great medical care. Is he as good, better, or worse than the Armada Red Alert mold? Is there anything even worth talking about different? Well, we're going to find out when we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. And what a jump we make today as we not only end with the Wave 3 Age of the Primes Deluxes and move into the Voyagers, but within 2 weeks, because it was only 2 weeks ago, in episode 1302, that we looked at, courtesy of a good friend of the channel, Daryl, the Armada Red Alert. And Flatline is a reuse of that, which is kind of good because now we can see the transformation going back in the other direction. Flatline, of course, is a Decepticon medic who holds being a doctor above all else. He'll help Autobot, Decepticon, whatever, because he's a doctor first. Even though the name Flatline seems pretty darn sinister if you ask me. And I really wanted this guy because I love the idea of a Decepticon doctor. Like the Autobots got Ratchet, and as a medic they got Pipes, for example. The Cons, as a medic, technically have Knockout, but like he's just the medic. Who's the surgeon? Who's the doctor? Well, now you got Flatline. Plus it gives someone to be a rival to Ratchet. So, that being said, this is the box. Here we have Flatline and the black ambulance. I mean, very sinister with the red windows. Not an ambulance I'd want to take a ride in. Close-up of his face over here, very much like his appearance in IDW Comics, apparently. The Age of the Prime stuff over here, and on the back, both modes. You may notice he's actually holding the thing that comes out over the shoulder of Red Alert when you put in a Minicon. This time you can actually take it off and it becomes his hand blaster, because yes, he actually came with a left hand. Well, we've got instructions, and if you know Red Alert, then I think you're going to know this guy. By the way, according to Mark Marr, Knockout helped Flatline masquerade as Red Alert in whatever their headcanon is for Age of the Primes. And I was like, neat. Which is why when I done the Red Alert review, I said, technically, this is a version of Flatline in disguise. And this is the actual Flatline, of course. Now, normally I would go through all of the accessories he comes with, but this are the exact same as what Red Alert came with. This is like a little double-barrel blaster, This is, I don't know what this is, but I think this is the like stock one that you're supposed to put in the hand port, the blaster you're supposed to put in the hand port of Red Alert. His hand is actually on him. This, that becomes his, you know, blaster is the thing that could flip out. Like if you take that off, I mean, this can still flip out all, you know, all you want. And yes, you can still pick it off like that, and it becomes, you know, it becomes like his hand blaster, right? So that's up to you how you want to kind of do that. I'm going to put that back in there for now. And yes, his actual hand can hold it, no problem. I'm going to also put this back on over the little start there. Go down there. There we go. Just on over like that. He rolls like an absolute champion. This looks very sinister. I love it. Love the painted detail back here on the back window. I love the Decepticon logo up here. So there's a lot about this that I already like. The mass is a little bit low. And it was the same thing with Red Alert. And I said there that we have a lot of paint. We have a lot of parts. He feels hefty and chunky, and everything works well, transforms well. Everything is great. It's too bad that he's a little light for a true blue Voyager. Not by much, just a little bit. But it's enough that, you know, I noticed it, right? That said, this is a beautiful mold. Let's get into the transformation for the guy. I'm going to try and see if I can pick this off first. I don't think I can, though. Nah, I'm not. This, to get his head out, is much more of a nuisance with this guy than it was, than it was with Red Alert. We'll see how it goes. We're going to begin by picking off a leg, and opening out the arms. Dandy! Great! We're going to take the leg and bring it down on the hinge that's like mid-calf. We're going to bring down the foot, and just like with Red Alert, and the same problem that Red Alert had, the heels don't like to come out that easily. There we go. Yeesh. And bring that down, bring this up, and again, that heel came out a little bit easier. If you want to move these, I guess you can. Like if you wanted to turn them around like this or something, I don't think the instructions really tell you to. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm, you know, the instructions just have the tires out there, so whatever. The whole front here comes all the way up. This piece, for me, fell off for some reason, but it was able to go back in, no problem. The other accessory, by the way, is back here, up underneath. I don't know if I'll ever use that ever again. We bring these down. Open out an arm, and just like with Red Alert, you have to have this time they're painted, I don't think they were on Red Alert, but the molded in 3 lines, that's what faces out front when you fold up the arm, bring that down, turn it to bicep. Bring this down, turn it to bicep, and you'll see he has a left hand. And yes, if you want to use the other accessories, the left hand can come off. And then we have this piece here, which, as I said, is a nuisance compared to the way it was with, there we go, compared to the way it was with Red Alert. And then getting the head out is also a bit of a chore, I do find. It'll come eventually. Come on, there we go. And then we fold this piece in and fold this piece up. And boom, in the end, here we have Flatline in his robot mode. I'm going to stand him up and then we'll talk about his scores. And man, oh man, what can I say about this? The look, I'm going to give it a 10. I don't know the comics. I don't have a reference for this character. To me, this is like a brand new, all new character. I absolutely, positively love the look of it. A black, evil ambulance highlighted with red, like a blood red, and that very sinister Decepticon-esque face. Love it. So a 10 for the look. In terms of the transformation, it's as good as it was with Red Alert, except I do find this panel to be a lot tighter, at least on my copy. And getting the head up is a bit of a nuisance. You saw me struggle with it there just a little bit. By the way, if I was going back to vehicle mode, trying to get this out again is still, see, like it's still a bit of a nuisance to find a place to start it, at least for me. Maybe you find it a little easier to do. So I'm going to say a 9 for the transformation. In terms, so a 10 and a 9, 9.5. In terms of articulation, head goes left, right, little wiggle up and down, but not much. Very tight ball joint too, but I like it. The arms can go all the way around, that's both of them. All the way out to the side, that's both of them. Because of the, oh, and this also moves, by the way. So if you want it angled down instead of out flat, I mean, if you want these down on his arms, you can do that too if you prefer. Like if you want to differentiate them from your Red Alert, for example, you could do that. I think they're meant to be up, if I'm not mistaken, based on the box art. Bicep swivel, because of the transformation, double elbow, and it's a heavy elbow. It's like the ratchets are real heavy. Wrist rotation, and of course wrist rotation because this is the one that can come off for the other accessories to go in. The back, it can come up, which is great because it lets you get a free-flowing waist. It also lets you kick all the way back, kick all the way forward, all the way to the side, so full splits, thigh swivel. We have, I did not mean to put that heel back in. Oh man. Okay, so what happened is he started to bend at the lower joint before the knee joint. A lot of weird ratchets on this guy. Like the knees are ratcheted too, which is a bit strange. But again, getting this out of the way, you easily get 90 degrees at the knee. Ankle tilt in, toe tilt down, and the heel spur can also go in. Toe tilt forward too, by the way, and the heel spur can go in. The plastic on the heels feels not as robust as the rest of this guy. And I think that's why they always accidentally fold in. Same thing on Red Alert. But all of the articulation I could want is there. It really, really is. Some of it uses heavy ratchets that I wish were a little lighter, but it's all there. And he can get some excellent dynamic poses. I gotta give it a 10. Guy was getting a 9.5, a 10. Overall, this guy's easily a 9.75. Even if a bit light for a True Blue Voyager. And so here we are, and here he is. And the only things worth talking about is this guy actually does have a wrist and a hand, rather than just... Oop, that one was almost off. Do not want to stay on there. Oh, that's because it's flipping out. Rather than this, or the piece up underneath. And those three pieces is all that came with Red Alert, which is fine because it matches him. I'm pretty sure this guy is intended to have two hands. I mean, he's a doctor. A little hard to be a surgeon without two hands. Just saying. In terms of functionality, it pretty much functions exactly like you would expect from the Armada Red Alert. Right down to the heels still like to go in the foot, and I still don't like the feel of this plastic. That said, the one difference I do find relates to the head and this chest piece out front. I do find that this chest piece is very, very hard. Like even now, you see me here trying to, I guess, flip it up. But it's almost like, I don't want to say the head gets in the way because it doesn't, but it's really, really hard. Without something to wedge this up, it's really, really hard to get this up. Once the head is down in the body, it's hard to get the head back out of the body. I didn't find I had those difficulties with Red Alert. Yes, this was a little tight with Red Alert. Yes, the head was a little bit of a pain with Red Alert. But I found with Flatline, it's, I guess the tolerances are a lot tighter, and I find it a lot more difficult. Outside of that one little gripe, this guy's pretty great. Right down to the, I like the translucent here in the front, because it almost seems sinister and blood and like, I don't know, like these look like blood droplets that could drip off of his chest. You know what I mean? And I did have this silver piece pop out. It was easy to pop back in, but it did pop out. I like this guy. Is he perfect? No. Was the Red Alert perfect? No. But They are really, really fun, interesting, enjoyable Voyager molds, even if, unfortunately, a little light en masse. I like this guy, but there are a couple of things I would have liked to have seen improved. Let me know what you think about the Red Alert or Flatline. Do you prefer one over the other? Did you get one and not the other? Did you get both and love both? Did you get both and hate both? I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, man, hit the subscribe button, stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel, and don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here, inside the videos.